We are about to meet the man behind some of the most famous and coolest cartoons around. I love Pebbles.
Wow, look at these.
The Jetsons. I feel like we're kind of reviewing our childhood here, right? Scooby-Doo, that has to be Scooby-Doo. They're just amazing. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and of course the Beatles. It's incredible. Ron Campbell is joining us today on Portland Today, and we feel so lucky. You have been creating these iconic cartoons for 50 years?
50 years and 1 month, as a matter of fact.
Well,
but
that's
who's counting?
precise.
You know?
Yeah, I can't believe it. What in the world did your parents think when you said, you know, I think I'm going to draw cartoons for a living?
They were actually very encouraging, but I do believe that most parents like to see their children drawing. But I was drawing in an unnatural way. I didn't stop drawing.
And
most people stop drawing, you know.
So we asked you if you're still drawing. What do you do these days?
Gosh, yes. After my career was basically over, I had to do something like everybody does, you know. I wasn't going to sit around and watch TV for the rest of my life.
You already
I had
created
to do painting.
TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I spent my life with a pencil in my hand, and now I'm spending my life with a paintbrush in my hand.
You're painting.
I paint, and if you paint, you like people to see your paintings. And if people see your paintings, you like people to buy your paintings. So every month I go somewhere in America to show my paintings and perhaps sell some. You know?
And now that brings you to Portland because people have a chance to come see some of your work this week, right?
Precisely, yeah. And Portland is just a perfect place for me to come.
Where are you from?
Cool weather. Originally Australia, yes, Sydney and Melbourne.
We love the accent, that's why we asked.
Well, your accent is nice too.
Thank you. I forget I have one, right?
Everybody has an accent.
Ron, is it hard to pick a favorite when you look at all these drawings or any type that stands out?
How do you choose between Scooby-Doo and Astro?
It's like picking your favorite child.
Yeah, you can't pick a favorite, you know.
What kind of paintings do you do now?
Paintings based entirely upon the cartoon characters that I worked with.
How delightful.
I do not paint grand vistas of the Grand Canyon.
Well, if you did, you'd have to put a Smurf in it.
I would, yes.
Which could work.
Preferably a Smurfette.
Yeah, please, a Smurfette.
So Ron, tell us a little bit about the new show that you're doing, because I understand you're doing live pieces of art for customers.
Well, I do. I sit down there and I paint, and people come in and talk to me. And sometimes they talk about their own childhood. Nostalgia is a very powerful emotion. And sometimes I even get weepers, people who cry in the memory of their watching some cartoon, you know. And
wow.
It's a great pleasure for me too, because I don't weep that much about it, but I do enjoy meeting the actual people that watch the films instead of there being numbers on a sheet, you know, with ratings. And
Sure. What about the Beatles? Did you actually meet them, or did they ever respond to your work?
Oh yeah, I've been in communication with them, of course, but there were times when the Beatles were on one side of the world and I was on the other, and there are grave difficulties in meeting each other and talking.
One would say,
yeah.
What a cute story too. He was telling us in the commercial break that all of his grandchildren, they have this one right here, this piece of art.
Similar pieces. Well, you know, they're little gifts for the grandchildren, great-grandchildren.
That's awesome.
It's funny, my kids have never kept anything I drew for them.
Well, take some lessons from Ron here and they might.
I'm grateful, really.
So Ron has a Beatles cartoon pop-up show, which would be a great thing to come check out.
Gosh, yes.
That is at Annie Meyer Gallery, which is on Northwest 9th Avenue. That is through Sunday. Today through Sunday, Ron?
Yes, around noon, and today it goes till 8 o'clock, tomorrow 6 o'clock, and on Sunday only 4 o'clock. I really prefer people to come early. I get a bit cranky by the end of the day. You know, I'm getting old.
I noticed the days get shorter. The longer each day, the days get shorter. Yeah, that's right. Well, you are delightful, and of course, your work is just phenomenal.
Yeah,
well, thank you.
It's been a pleasure to meet you, Ron.
Thank you.
Ron Campbell, thank you again.